Hello there, I'm Thomas from the Swedish death metal band Deranged, and you're watching Army of One TV. Deranged started out as a band in the early 90s and turned quickly out to become one of the bigger death metal bands in the scene. The band made a lot of tours in the 19s and early 20s and toured together with Vader, Creator, Immolation, and made a lot of successful tours. The band after that sort of started to fade. I think it depends on that there was a lot of record labels involved, different, and also that there were a lot of lineup changes in the band. I started out as a bass player in Deranged in 2007, and then we recorded the concept album Red Light Murder Case. After that, the band made a couple of smaller tours, but it started to fade, and we felt like there was lack of motivation. So it all turned out in 2008 that the band split up. After a couple of months after the official split up, me and the former singer of Deranged, Martin, started to talk about put together the band again, and we started to talk to Ricard, the drummer, and we also talked to the old guitarist. It turned out that he was not interested, but the three others of us were interested, so we resumed the band. We started to rehearse again, and it turned out, it felt very good. So we recruited the bassist from Havoc, Andreas Johansson, and we started out as a new fourth piece, which was Ricard on drums, me on guitars, Martin on vocals, and Andreas on bass. Then we started to rehearse some new material for the album Cut Car Rip Serve, which was released last year, 2011.
Get your Army of One TV podcast on iTunes free.
When it comes to the new material with Deranged, we're trying to make some kind of mixture of the old death metal brutal style and the new death metal brutal style, so to speak. Since Deranged is an old school band, you have the old sound that you have to have with you all the time. But you cannot just play old stuff all the time, since times changes and you have to renew yourself. So we're trying to put in some small influences of more modern kind of death metal, technical parts, tuning down guitars and so on. On the Cut Car Rip Serve album, these small changes are not so very big, but you can still hear them sometimes in the vocal parts and sometimes in the playing. Further on, we will try to do some more experiments with the music, and we'll see how the new Deranged will turn out. Future now, we are making some new material. Hopefully it will end up in a new release from Deranged pretty soon. And now we're experimenting with 8-string guitar, for example, to tune down and get the sound more heavier, and in that kind of way a more modern sound. That's very interesting because when you mix it together with the old Deranged sound when it comes to this kind of brutal drums. It sounds very cool actually. After the release of the Cut Carve Rip Serve album in 2011, the band had a new lineup change. Former singer Martin, he left the band. It was very sad because we had a couple of tours planned. We were going to Russia in August, and we were also going to Indonesia to play a festival down there. We didn't really know what to do, so we tried out that I was supposed to sing. We started to rehearse as a three-piece band with me on vocals, and since it was not very much time before the tours, we decided that I would do the vocal parts on the tours. It all turned out pretty well, I guess, because we got a lot of appreciation about it. When we came back from Indonesia, we started to search for a new vocalist, and after searching for a while, we asked Anders Johansson, who was in the Swedish death metal band Vomitus. He decided to try with the band, and after a couple of rehearsals, we all agreed on that he was the person for the job. So now we have a new singer, Anders Johansson, and he made his first gig with the band in January this year in Malmö, and it was very appreciated from the audience. In the nearest future, this summer, Deranged is playing a couple of festivals, and hopefully the autumn will bring out some new tours. We are also probably recording an EP. One other thing we also hope will happen in the near future is that we will come over to the States and play some festivals or gigs, since the band has never been to the States before. Experience. It was great to play fans in the States as well. I'd like to thank you for this video, and if you want to have more news about what's going on with Deranged, check out our MySpace or Facebook at the internet. And remember, you're watching Army of One TV.